The video, captured by a security camera, shows the incredible act of self-defense by a young woman during a failed robbery at a store. Two attackers stormed into the premises. One approached the cash register to steal money while the other blocked the entrance. In a surprising turn of events, the woman employed an unexpected method of defense. She used boiling water to fight back. One of the suspects was struck in the face with the scalding liquid. He was later apprehended by police and is currently hospitalized with facial burns.
The man was showing his love to his family members when the robbers arrived. They controlled him to rob his family members. To keep his family safe, he volunteered to give them his gold necklace. He waited until they weren't paying attention and immediately took action to protect the whole family. The gentleman is going to his car to get some things, a car coming up from the top left. The robbers jumped out of the car, but he quickly attacked the robbers to defend himself and protect his property. The robbers went to rob the honest man's car. Ironically, they lost the car they had. Two gentlemen were talking on the street when a robber arrived. To be safe, the gentleman moved aside and chased the robber away.
The robber saw the pickup truck lying on the side of the road and jumped out to break the window. He thought it would be a nice and easy day for him. After many times of losing his car, the owner of the car designed a rather sophisticated mousetrap. What if the owner replaced the mousetrap with a big firecracker? Of course, the robber would be as black as the bottom of a frying pan.
Riding in a white car, broke into the homes of honest people. They acted very professionally, but the homeowner was alert and detected. He chose a safe location and waited for the robbers to come to teach them a lesson. The robbers panicked and ran away. When they first arrived, they were very strong, and when they left, they were weak.
These two robbers broke into someone's house to steal, but ended up getting robbed themselves. Even the motorbike they were using got stolen. Security guard Hero had a great day saving the entire bank from a robbery. Even before the robber stepped inside, he was observing and assessing the situation. As expected, the guy walked in, pointed a gun at the security guard and wanted to disarm him. But with his skillful professional skills, he quickly neutralized the robber. At the same time, he turned around and attacked the second guy. The robber quickly left his teammates and ran away. The first guy wanted to escape, but our hero reacted very quickly and completely controlled him. This policeman got off work and was walking home when the robbers came running. A guy jumped out of the car and snatched his backpack. Very quickly, using professional measures, the police officer neutralized the robber. The funniest robber of 2025. After stealing everything the lady had, he suddenly started flirting with her because she was too beautiful. This gentleman was taking a leisurely walk when two robbers on a motorbike rushed toward him only to be abruptly interrupted by a flying kick from above. The two stunned crooks looked around, their faces as blank as the bottom of a frying pan. Just as the lady got into the car, two potential robbers on a motorbike rushed toward her. The man quickly drew his gun, and the situation was immediately resolved without a single shot being fired.
The young man was walking alone when two robbers on a motorbike approached him. One of them jumped down and controlled him. He immediately stopped the threat effectively and quickly. The lady had just stepped out of the door when the robbers arrived. They used force to open the door while the security guard was trying to close it. 5 guys immediately broke into the store to loot the property. One guy held a very large sledgehammer and rushed at the 70-year-old shop owner. But when faced with a .38 caliber pistol, this bad guy immediately changed his mind and ran away faster than Usain Bolt.
An attempted car robbery that failed. The video emphasizes the importance of situational awareness and quick reactions to gain the upper hand over the assailant. However, it also reminds us not to continue attacking those who are fleeing due to safety and legal concerns. Two robbers jumped over the checkout counter and took full control of the cashier. To ensure his safety, the cashier complied with their demands without resisting. While the robbers were busy taking the money, a police officer arrived just in time to rescue the cashier and quickly apprehend the criminals. This situation highlights the importance of staying calm and prioritizing safety in dangerous situations. The cashier's decision to comply with the robbers' demands was a wise move, as resisting could have escalated the situation and put him in greater danger. It was a deliberate and effective straight.
Sometimes I try to watch videos to understand the psychology of robbers, but I don't understand anything. Why would they risk stealing a 10 rearview mirror when a common job can earn much more than that?
This video captures a self-defense incident involving a firearm at a gas station in the suburbs of Washington, D.C., where a brave man confronted armed robbers. At first, one of the suspects got out of the car and pretended to tie their shoelaces. This deceptive act was a tactic to lower the guard of potential victims. However, the man remained vigilant and ready. Despite the element of surprise, he recognized the suspicious behavior and potential threat, allowing him to defend himself effectively. A young man was walking on the sidewalk when two robbers on a motorbike rushed toward him. One of them jumped off, attempting to rob him, but ended up crawling and scrambling on the road, desperately trying to escape. A young girl was walking down the street when a robber on a bicycle approached from behind and suddenly attacked her to steal her phone and money. The incredibly brave girl fought back, rushed toward the robber, and tried to disarm him. Both fell to the ground during the struggle, but he was still stronger than her and had the upper hand. At the same time, a young man riding his bicycle saw the incident. Without hesitation, he jumped off his bike and rushed in to attack the robber, rescuing the young girl. A beautiful sunny day like any other. The gentleman just got out of the car to do his favorite things. The robber came to ruin the gentleman's day. He was armed and wanted to steal the car, but the robber made the worst choice of his career. The gentleman moved very quickly and intelligently, then suddenly attacked the robber, causing him to panic and run away. The lady was having a great day at work when a guy walked in with a small bag and wanted to show it to her. Inside the bag there was a gun, and he announced this was a robbery. "Don't run and do anything stupid, just give him the money and everything will be fine." To be safe, she had to take the money from the safe and give it to him while skillfully pressing the security alarm button. The robber was drunk with the money he had stolen when the police arrived in time to rescue the girl.
Lie down. Get out on the ground. Get on the ground. Get the f*** out on the ground. Put your hands behind your back now.
These two guys were wandering the streets looking for a target. They ignored the woman and set their sights on the old shop owner to rob him. However, they underestimated the 75-year-old man. As soon as they stepped inside, he sensed the danger and reacted quickly and precisely, catching them off guard and forcing them to flee. As we can see, staying vigilant, carrying a legal weapon, and having proficient firearm skills are crucial.
The man had just returned home after a day of work and had not yet opened the gate when two robbers on a motorbike rushed in. The two guys took turns searching his body to rob him of more money. To be safe, he raised his hands high. That was the right and smart decision in this situation. While they were pushing the motorbike to leave, an unexpected situation happened. A hero who was on high intervened, causing one guy to fall and the other guy to run away. The man was in the garage with the cars. Two guys passing by on bicycles targeted him for the robbery. The first guy walked in with a shotgun in his hand, and the second guy followed behind to assist. But the gentleman had judged the situation dangerous, so he acted quickly and accurately to eliminate the threat. In today's video, we can learn lessons to proactively protect ourselves, always observing our surroundings, especially on the street. In this situation, the robber is threatening the man while the police officer is in a favorable position. If he waits 10-20 seconds when the robber is inattentive, the police officer will act more effectively. These two guys rode around the neighborhood on their motorbikes looking for prey. They spotted a man on the sidewalk with a backpack on his back as a potential target. The guy in black quickly jumped down and robbed the gentleman's backpack and smartphone. The situation happened so quickly, but the gentleman was able to realize the threat. To protect himself, he immediately acted quickly and accurately to effectively stop the threat. The robbers failed and ran away in panic. Two robbers moved very quickly and entered the convenience store to rob money. The guy in black went first to control the security guard, but he defended very well and successfully prevented the robbery. These guys broke into the garage area of an apartment building, and they are stealing bicycles. The gentleman and the young man saw it on the surveillance camera and took the elevator down to catch the thieves. As we see, the young man has a shiny katana. No kidding, he could be a samurai. If he really is a samurai, then my sincere advice is the thieves run fast. The thieves smelled the danger and immediately threw away their bicycles and ran away very quickly. The smartest decision I've ever seen in thieves. If they were a little slower, they would have been smoked meat.
A worrying trend of mobile phone thefts, in which thieves use bicycles to approach and snatch valuables from unsuspecting pedestrians. This recurring method of operation exploits victims' distraction while using their phones in public places. A video captured an armed robbery in Colombia, where a thief used a gun to threaten a cashier in an attempt to steal money. Amid the tense situation, a brave man quietly positioned himself behind the robber, carefully observing to find an opportunity. When the moment was right, he swiftly subdued the criminal. At the same time, other bystanders rushed in to assist, successfully disarming and restraining the thief. Shortly after, the police arrived, arrested the suspect, and praised the courageous individuals who took action to protect others. A video captured by the school's security camera shows a robber disguised as a delivery worker. Upon seeing a man sitting in his car, waiting to pick up his child outside the school gate, the criminal approached, threatened him, and demanded money and a phone. After the robber turned and attempted to flee, the man pulled out a gun in self-defense. The incident has raised concerns among parents about security around the school area. A failed robbery was caught on camera at a mobile phone store. After stealing, the two thieves tried to flee but were spotted and chased by bystanders. As they turned back to escape, a female superhero tripped them, causing them to fall, and they were promptly captured.
Four confident robbers broke into a convenience store to rob money.
Three young men were chatting when suddenly two robbers rode up on a motorbike, pointed guns at them only for the robbers to quickly realize they had chosen the wrong target. On a quiet sidewalk, under the dim glow of a street lamp, a woman stood waiting for her ride in the middle of the night. The air was still. Suddenly, that peace was broken. Headlights beamed onto her face, forcing her to squint. A robber jumped out of the vehicle and pointed a gun at her. But she reacted swiftly and decisively. He leapt back into the car and vanished into the night. The video, captured by a security camera, shows a failed robbery at a beer store. An armed robber threatened the store owner and demanded all the money. But 3 police officers arrived just in time to apprehend the suspect and successfully protect the civilians. Two robbers rushed at the man to rob him, but were instantly met with karmic retribution. The father was buying candy for his son when a thief suddenly appeared, trying to steal the boy's candy. With the instinct of a father, he immediately protected his son while also demonstrating courage and bravery in the dangerous situation, showing the boy that his dad is everything. This is the most polite robber in the world. He walked into the cashier and saw 2 beautiful ladies. He immediately put away his gun. The gesture when robbing money was also very gentle and affectionate. After the robbery, he even shook hands and said goodbye. It seemed like he was still reluctant to leave until the police came and put him in prison for 30 years for being addicted to beautiful women. These 3 guys are robbing the man's family. He tried so hard to protect his family, but they were too aggressive. The kind neighbor came with her pit bull to help and rescue the man's family. The gentleman was working at the family store when 2 robbers entered. To stop the threat effectively and quickly, the gentleman immediately attacked.
Welcome, robbers, to Texas. The robber brazenly broke into the restaurant and controlled the cashier to steal money.
The heroic waiter waited for the robber to not pay attention and taught him a lesson.
Surveillance footage captured a group of robbers approaching a red car in the parking lot outside a convenience store in Raleigh, North Carolina. They appeared to be threatening the car owner in an attempt to steal his vehicle. Another man tried to enter the store but found the door locked. At that moment, someone from a black car on the other side of the parking lot pulled out a gun and took action to rescue the red car's owner. According to the police report, no one was injured in the incident, and the robbers have not yet been arrested.
The gentleman drove into the garage as usual, and the gate closed automatically. A guy tried to break in and rob him. The man saw the robber behind his car and took the initiative to defend himself and his property.
An attempted car robbery that failed. The video emphasizes the importance of situational awareness and quick reactions to gain the upper hand over the assailant. However, it also reminds us not to continue attacking those who are fleeing due to safety and legal concerns.
These two thieves used the horse's skills to open the door, but when faced with an M16, they ran faster than the horse.
A robbery took place at a convenience store, where the thief wielded a knife to threaten the store owner. The situation was extremely dangerous, but the owner remained remarkably calm. Instead of panicking, he skillfully used a chair as a barrier to maintain a safe distance while preventing the situation from escalating. Fortunately, nearby customers intervened, just in time to rescue the store owner from harm.
It was a normal day at the grocery store until these two guys walked in and announced it was a robbery. Instead everyone to put their hands up. They threaten everyone and ask for cooperation. Give them all the money and everything will be fine. Faced with the threat, the man in black was very calm, handled everything quickly and accurately, and rescued everyone.
Two ladies and a gentleman had just reached the gate of their house when two robbers on a motorbike arrived. One of them jumped off and threatened them. The guy started snatching the girl's wallet. The other guy snatched the man's. To be safe, they just had to endure. The 70-year-old man in the house realized that his family was being threatened by robbers. He immediately took quick action to protect his family. The robbers were surprised by the old man's bravery. They completely panicked and ran away to escape. The gentleman was relaxing in his car while waiting for his wife when robbers drove up in a colored car. One of them jumped out and started attacking him. He immediately took action to stop the threat effectively and quickly. The remaining men panicked and drove away.
The video captures a robbery at an ice cream shop in Texas. The man boldly walked in and demanded that the store owner hand over all the money. Realizing the robber had no dangerous weapon, the owner immediately attempted to subdue him. However, the unexpected twist was that his wife acted swiftly and decisively to protect her husband. Robber storms into a grocery store, all tough and scary, waving his gun around. He's got the store owner and an old man completely frozen in fear. This genius decides to put his gun down on the counter. The store owner snatches it. The store owner is now the new sheriff in town.
The young couple was walking down the street holding hands when two guys on a motorbike came from behind. They wanted to steal their backpacks and the boy seemed to not want to fight to protect his love. Luckily, the police arrived in time to arrest the two robbers and successfully rescued the couple.
The situation was captured by a security camera showing a robbery in front of a man's house. As the wife was driving and her husband was saying something, perhaps, "You came home early from your outing." The robber approached from a distance. The husband immediately acted quickly and decisively to protect his entire family from the threat.
The lady was walking on the street when three robbers on a motorbike approached and wanted to rob her of money. But as soon as the lady pulled out the .38 caliber pistol, the robbers suddenly ran away.
A group of young men were chatting in front of their house when two guys approached and overpowered them to rob them of their money. Faced with illegal intrusion, threats, and robbery, a young man in the group took the initiative to defend himself. He acted quickly and decisively to eliminate the threat and rescue the remaining people. The lady was in the car when the robber in a white shirt approached her, pointed a gun at her and forced her to open the car door and give him the keys. The lady took the initiative to defend herself and barricaded herself in the car. The robber tried to break the car door but failed. The police came to rescue the girl and the robber took the initiative to attack, but the police acted quickly and accurately to neutralize him. The gentleman was parking his car on the side of the road when two robbers on a motorbike rushed towards him. To protect his family, he acted quickly and accurately, eliminating the threat.
At this neighborhood, there are some nice houses and two robbers. They had a meticulous plan to commit the crime. Their target is cars on the side of the road. Their trick is to threaten victims with guns and take their cars. After successfully robbing and leaving with the loot, they started to come back and carry out the same robbery plan again. But today they were unlucky. Even though they had succeeded many times before, and just one failure left them with no chance to correct their mistake.
These two guys don't want to work, but want to eat. All day long, they only think about robbing other people, in addition to losing their property. Those who were robbed also suffered serious long-term psychological trauma. But today may be the last robbery these two commit because honest people have the right to defend themselves and enforce justice to protect themselves and their property.
4 criminals broke into a resident's home with the intent to rob. However, the robbers panicked, with some even crawling while trying to escape.
Ladies were walking down the street and enjoying street food when 2 robbers on a motorbike came from behind to snatch her bag. That made her angry. She went after these guys. She soon caught up with them and taught the first guy a lesson, and he ran away. The second guy learned even more of a lesson.
This guy pretended to come to buy something, then pointed a gun at the lady and announced that this was a robbery. He asked her to cooperate, give him all the money, and not do anything stupid and everything would be fine. This guy not only wants money but also wants to flirt with her because she is so beautiful. While he was about to ask for her phone number, she taught him a lesson: focus on your work and don't be attracted to beautiful girls.
2 robbers broke into a convenience store to steal money, but the guard assessed the situation very quickly and acted promptly to stop the threat.
The robber was unlocking the luxury car, and the homeowner's unexpected action was to make boiled meat.
A video captured by a security camera in front of a jewelry store shows a failed armed robbery attempt. Just as a man was pulling into a parking spot, the robbers suddenly arrived. 2 guys jumped out of their vehicle and threatened him in an attempt to steal, but the man reacted quickly and decisively, causing the robbers to panic and flee. It was an ordinary day at the store until 2 robbers suddenly burst in. They brandished their weapons, eyes filled with menace, shouting threats that echoed throughout the space. The staff, caught off guard and panicked, quickly raised their hands in fear, obeying the robbers' commands. Without a moment's hesitation, the 2 rushed behind the counter. Like a whirlwind, they swept everything of value: phones, jewelry, cash into their bags. Just as they were about to make their escape, the police arrived just in time and acted swiftly. Within seconds, the robbers were disarmed and pinned to the ground.
The robbers came and wanted to rob the SUV. The driver realized the danger and quickly acted in self-defense to protect the people in the car. The operation failed and the robbers left.
The cashier and the old security guard were working when the guy in black walked in. He had a pistol of unknown caliber. He announced that this was a robbery. The old guard took the initiative to defend himself. He took off his glasses and acted very quickly and accurately to neutralize the robber. We can see that the guard, although old, is still very strong. The young robber is not worthy to be his opponent. Of course, the robber was caught by the old man. A group of students had just finished school and were walking home. 2 guys on a motorbike came up. The guy in a white shirt jumped off and robbed the students' electronic devices. But the 2 men were being followed by the police without their knowledge, right when the robbers were committing their crime. The plainclothes policeman acted quickly and accurately to neutralize the first robber, while the other quickly escaped.
This guy walked into the store intending to wave a knife to threaten the owner and rob the money. But when the store owner pulled out a gun, he voluntarily lay flat on the ground, not even daring to breathe heavily.
A normal day at the convenience store until the robber walked in. He had a gun and threatened the old lady to steal money. She didn't surrender. She fought to protect what belonged to her and taught the robber a lesson.
The video captured by a security camera shows a bold robbery that ended with 2 suspects fleeing and 1 left behind. As a man and his wife had just arrived home, the robbers stormed in, threatening them with guns to steal their belongings. To protect his family, the man was forced to hand everything over. However, just when the robbers thought they had succeeded, the victim's uncle arrived in time and managed to capture one of them. A police weapons instructor was targeted in an armed robbery. Recognizing the imminent danger, he immediately drew his gun and stepped out from cover to neutralize the robbers. A 73-year-old man and his stepchild were followed home by 4 armed robbers after withdrawing money from a bank in Dallas. It is essential to stay vigilant when withdrawing money from a bank, as it can make you a target for criminals, especially in Texas. If a driver suspects they are being followed, they should drive to a police station instead of going home. When the robbers exit their vehicle, the driver should accelerate and escape.
Everyone was enjoying their shopping time when a guy in a white shirt walked in and announced it was a robbery. The guy got a gun and started robbing people. He started with the black t-shirt guy's gold chain. The others sensed the danger and left the troubled place. Only the lady in black was confused as to what the hell was going on. While the robber was collecting the loot, the superhero on the other side of the screen acted quickly and accurately to stop the robber and rescue everyone.
The surveillance camera footage shows an armed robbery at a gas station. While 2 robbers were threatening the staff to steal money, a brave man quickly rushed in and drove the criminals away.
This was the last robbery he committed after a long time of escaping the police. Same trick as previous successes. Enter the store, control the staff, take money for 2 to 3 Mater-Zinuts, then escape. But this time, a professional disaster was about to strike without his knowledge, when the employee promptly pressed the alarm button to call the police. The lady had just reached the gate of her house when the robbers came from behind. They wanted her car, and as you can see, she was very disappointed by that. And her wonderful husband arrived just in time and yelled at the robber to go away or die. As you can see, he ran faster than Usain Bolt, and the husband had a perfect day. I assure you he will be very happy tonight.
Surveillance camera footage captured a tense situation at a small store. An armed robber suddenly stormed in, pulled out a gun, and held everyone at gunpoint, demanding all the cash. The store owner remained remarkably calm. Quickly assessing the situation and the robber's movements, he quietly maneuvered behind the counter. Waiting for the right moment when the robber was distracted, the owner swiftly lunged forward, grabbing the assailant and shouting for help. Others immediately joined in the pursuit and successfully apprehended the robber.
Robbers were driving a black car, probably stolen. The 2 guys in black ran very fast towards the Land Rover. They wanted to control the driver to steal the car, but he was very alert and proactively attacked to prevent the threat effectively and quickly. The first guy panicked and abandoned his teammates to escape. The second guy was very lucky to escape in time.
Robbers broke into a convenience store to steal money, but the guard assessed the situation very quickly and acted promptly to stop the threat. These 3 guys rushed into the supermarket and hastily announced to everyone that it was a robbery. The police didn't waste any time and drew their guns. The survival experts started running in chaos. The couple had just driven home and had not yet opened the gate when the robbers came from behind.
two guys jumped out of the car and pointed guns at them to steal the car. The couple, realizing the danger, immediately acted quickly and decisively to attack the robbers in self-defense, causing them to run away in panic.
An armed robbery in Nashville highlighted the sharp observation skills and quick reflexes of a young man who bravely protected his family. Despite losing some possessions, he successfully safeguarded the most valuable asset of his life, his family. This girl was on her way home from school when she was stopped by two robbers who wanted to steal her phone. However, she was very smart and reacted quickly, which caused their plan to fail.
Normal day at the store, suddenly a guy wearing a motorcycle helmet walks in and announces that it is a robbery, that he is the one who committed it. The sales clerk started to panic, and the woman who entered immediately attacked the robber. The older gentleman also helped to subdue him. They actually fought this guy for about a minute before someone else finally came along to help and caught the robber. The lady was standing on the street in her own world when two robbers on a motorbike arrived. The lady reacted very quickly and smartly as she threw her purse over the nearby gate. Of all the skills, the running skill is the most important. This guy used it perfectly, and the robbers didn't understand what was going on. Four gentlemen were chatting next to their blacked-out car when the robbers came running. The three guys left this troublesome place. The remaining man calmly observed. He assessed the situation quickly. Aware of the threat, he immediately took action to stop it, effectively causing the robbers to flee in panic.
Today, we will watch a video with an unhappy ending, but it contains many interesting details and valuable lessons to help keep ourselves safe. The car left behind was the victim's. The two cars in front stopped, and the robbers jumped out. The victim's car tried to reverse to escape, but the one-legged robber fired a gun at the victim. It's hard to believe that the robber, despite having only one leg, was extremely aggressive, forcing the victim to hand over the car. In situations like this, it's better to accept the loss of property to protect yourself from danger, as the robbers are too violent. An attempted armed robbery was captured on camera. The store owner noticed suspicious behavior, ordered the masked individual to remove the mask, and drew a gun when the order was ignored. Without needing to fire a shot, the robber fled the scene. A surveillance camera video captured a situation of active self-defense, showing a Turkish shop owner effectively using a firearm of unknown caliber to stop armed intruders. The footage highlights the importance of having proper home defense tools as a force multiplier, emphasizing that the intruders fled upon seeing the gun.
The couple was about to have dinner in a small restaurant when the robbers entered. The lady wanted to leave this troublesome place, but the robbers stopped her. The robbers' stupid actions towards the lady made her boyfriend angry, and they didn't know that they would pay dearly for this. When the girlfriend moves to a safe place, it is also the time for the gentleman to start his action.
One rainy day in a small convenience store in Pennsylvania, a bad guy walked in and he had a gun. Of course, I have never seen a robber as ugly as this one. Guy pointed a gun at the cashier and ordered him not to do anything stupid and to give him all the money and everything would be fine. You know, facing a threat, cooperating with him first is a wise choice. That's what you learn before starting your job as a cashier and bank employee. Surprisingly, when the robber saw the cashier's gun, bad guy panicked and ran away.
The robber wearing a pink helmet entered the store with a gun in his hand. He informed the staff that this was a robbery and to cooperate with him. To be safe, the staff gathered all the money they had and put it in his backpack. The robber leisurely wanted to leave with the money, but a hero nearby observed everything. He immediately took precise action to neutralize the robber.
The footage from the security camera shows a self-defense shooting. When the armed robber approached, the car owner quickly took action to neutralize the threat. The robber then fled the scene.
This guy bought beer and didn't want to pay. The employee wanted to use the phone to call the police. He became aggressive and threw a beer bottle at her. He started to lose control and attacked her. To be safe, she had to run away and he kept chasing her. She called for help from a nearby driver, and this guy seemed to be still very aggressive and didn't want to give up. The heroic driver calmly got out of the car and quickly controlled him to rescue the employee.
This situation was captured by a security camera, showing two robbers attempting to rob a store, but getting scared off by the store owner. They ran away so fast they practically left their shoes behind and didn't even dare to breathe heavily. The video captures a failed robbery at a Metro PCS store in Norfolk, Virginia. The employee, named Salah, defended himself and protected others from the attacker.
Two thieves riding a motorbike saw the motorbike parked on the side of the road and immediately stole. This superhero saw the robbers and immediately taught them a lesson.
This man just pulled off a real-life magic trick, vanishing right before the gang's eyes. Unbelievable escape. A proactive self-defense video captured by security cameras shows an off-duty police officer stopping an armed robbery at a convenience store. According to various sources, millions of packages are lost or stolen in the United States every year. Some estimates suggest that up to 1.7 million packages go missing daily, totaling more than 600 million packages annually. If we assume that out of those 600 million, 100 million packages are stolen and multiply that by an average value of 20 per package, the total value of stolen goods would amount to $2 billion per year. This is an extremely lucrative market for thieves, which might explain why in this town, there are 4 thieves per square meter.
These two bad guys pretended to walk and approached the man's house when one of them suddenly pulled out a gun and pointed it at the garage. But the man took the initiative to defend and continuously attack, causing him to panic and run away.
It was an ordinary day until 3 armed robbers appeared and pointed their guns at the lady to steal her money. The quick, Witted lady immediately ducked down to take cover and activated the alarm system, causing the robbers to panic and flee.
Two robbers controlled honest people in the store to steal money. The heroic guest stood waiting for the right opportunity and stopped the robber.
Successful proactive self-defense situation where not a single shot was fired. The robbers saw the gun and immediately ran away without even daring to breathe hard. When you unexpectedly encounter a robbery and can't fight back, remember discretion is the better part of valor sometimes. Running is the wisest move.
While the gate was closing by itself, the guy in red brazenly walked up to block it. The grandmother and granddaughter stepped out to check, but the robbers pointed guns at them. The grandmother shielded her granddaughter and confronted the two robbers. They ordered the grandmother to lie on the ground so they could steal the car. When they got to the car, the driver immediately took action, surprising them and causing them to run away. The grandmother grabbed her gun and chased after them, but they had already run far away. Robbers are so professional these days, come during the day to clean the homes of honest people. The police arrived at the right time to help them get free meals for quite a long time.
This woman is the owner of a small grocery store, yet the two robbers still targeted her truly inhumane. They tried to snatch her belongings, but she bravely fought back, forcing them to flee and leaving behind their motorbike as her reward.
The robbers rode two motorbikes and approached a white car to rob it. At the same time, the police arrived promptly to stop the robbers and control. Two robbers broke into the convenience store and controlled the owner to steal money. The superhero gently approached and danced with the robber to rescue the shop owner. The robber with a gun in his hand rushed into the convenience store to rob money. Father, realizing the danger, immediately used his hands and body to shield his son. The hero has no cape, he is actually shirtless. Broke into the convenience store and controlled the cashier to steal money. The superhero moved smartly. He placed the bag on the table and gave the robber a lesson. Two thieves riding a motorbike saw the motorbike parked on the side of the road and immediately stole. This superhero saw the robbers and immediately taught them a lesson. Two robbers came and wanted to rob an honest person's property. The wonderful citizens united to stop the robbers, making them afraid and running away. Convenience store owner was chatting with an old woman when a robber burst in. He immediately took action to protect the old woman's safety and chase the robber away.
Chinese have a very wise saying, of the 36 strategies, running away is the best.
Four robbers saw a motorbike parked on the side of the road and immediately rushed to rob it. One of them wanted to break into an honest person's house. The heroic dog took action to stop the robbers and chase them away.
What a funny and unbelievable situation. The police brought the suspect into the interrogation room, but forgot to lock the window. A ridiculously careless mistake. Without hesitation, the suspect simply jumped out of the window and disappeared into thin air. This is definitely a valuable lesson about ensuring tight security before even thinking about protecting the public.
Robbers saw the cashier alone and immediately controlled him to rob him of money. The superhero slowly stepped forward to take precise action to successfully rescue.
Two professional thieves were stealing a motorbike when karma struck instantly. One of them fled to save himself. The video captures the scene of a violent car theft attempt by a robber targeting a family in Mering during the daytime. The attacker approached the family as they were leaving in their car and tried to steal it. However, the father bravely intervened, leading to a struggle with the assailant. Witnesses from a nearby store noticed the incident and helped subdue the criminal. Eventually, the police arrived and arrested the robber. These two men were looking for a target to rob, but couldn't find one, so they immediately turned to rob a gas station employee. A nearby man noticed the dangerous situation and quickly took action to neutralize the robbers.
Robbers pretended to come and ask to buy goods to distract the shop owner. The shop owner took precautions and promptly reacted, so they had to leave.
This thief was extremely aggressive, using bolt cutters to break the gate lock and forcefully entering the house to steal a motorbike. However, he quickly realized that this would be the last theft he would ever commit. Security footage captured the moments leading up to the murder of a young father in Sierras during a home invasion. The victim, Christian Sanchez, 22 years old, was ambushed by 5 armed men right outside his home. Despite multiple people, including children, being inside, no one else was injured, and no property was taken. The victim's family released the video in hopes of finding clues that could lead to the arrest of the suspects, who are still at large. Sanchez's mother hopes for justice to be served and for the sea. This video recreates a proactive self-defense situation captured on camera, in which an individual uses Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu's BJJ techniques to neutralize an armed attacker. When threatened at close range, the defender quickly pulls the attacker into the guard position, controls the weapon holding hand, and then executes an armbar, rendering the opponent unable to use the weapon. However, this is a highly risky situation and should only be used as a last resort when no other options are available. This is a scary situation, but thankfully the homeowner acted quickly and stopped the intruder in time.
Get out of here, right now. Get out of here, now. You got 5 seconds. Safety's coming off. You've got 5 seconds. You've got 3 seconds. You fucking open the door. You came up here and open the door.
Three robbers controlled a convenience store cashier to steal money. The superhero behind immediately took action to save the cashier.
At a juice shop, an armed robber stormed in, threatening the female cashier to steal money. While the robber was busy taking the money, a man suddenly entered the store. In just a matter of seconds, the man successfully subdued the attacker, rescuing the cashier from harm. At a convenience store, a robber suddenly burst in, threatening an old man with the intent of stealing money and food. However, instead of panicking or surrendering, the old man quickly reacted by grabbing a whip. Seeing the old man swing the whip, he immediately thought of his father and, fearing a spanking, panicked and ran away. This is a scary situation, but thankfully the homeowner acted quickly and stopped the intruder in time. Wanted criminal had been under surveillance by undercover police for a long time. He entered a mobile phone store, which had been secretly ambushed by the police. They acted with extreme speed as soon as he stepped inside. Using professional tactics, they subdued and arrested him without giving him any chance to resist or escape. The man was walking along the beach, enjoying the scenery. Suddenly, a robber appeared, threatened him with a gun, and stole all his belongings. Just as the situation became extremely dangerous, the patrol police arrived in time, subdued the robber, and rescued the victim. Suspect entered the jewelry store, pretending to buy jewelry. He had appeared before but left when he saw a crowd. After trying on the ring and bracelet, taking advantage of a moment of distraction, he suddenly ran towards his motorcycle, attempting to escape. Without hesitation, the store owner quickly climbed over the display counter, blocked his vehicle, and tried to turn off the ignition. The thief abandoned his motorcycle and ran, but he was soon captured by local residents.
The robber came and wanted to control the man to rob him. To be safe, he brushed off the robber's hand and left quickly.
The video captures a horrifying incident in Panama City, Florida. The incident began with an argument between people in a gray pickup truck and a red SUV, which then escalated into a physical altercation. The victim was celebrating his 48th birthday with his family. A man named Jubal Simmons has been charged with murder, while the pickup truck's driver has been charged with evading the police. The victim's family is seeking help through GoFundMe to cover funeral and medical expenses. The failed robbery occurred at a gas station when the robber attempted to approach a silver car. Unfortunately for him, the man inside the vehicle reacted too quickly, forcing the robber to surrender.
These three guys came here with crowbars, planning to break into the pharmacy to rob money. The pharmacist was sitting there working late, and he sensed something was wrong, so he grabbed a gun and went to check. At the same time, the robbers broke the door and rushed in. Faced with danger, the pharmacist immediately pointed the gun at them and shouted, "Get out!" When the robbers saw the gun, they panicked and ran away. The pharmacist calmly called the police and reported the incident.
Two robbers on a motorcycle threatened a man to steal his bike. To stay safe, he had to abandon his motorcycle and run to a safe place. However, karma came quickly for the robbers when one of them seemed to have trouble with the road temperature.
Three thieves attempted a daring motorcycle robbery, but their plan was shattered within seconds by an incredibly smart guy. He pretended to be scared, tricking the robbers. The moment they let their guard down and started to leave, he saw the perfect opportunity to act. Without hesitation, he launched an attack, catching them off guard. One of the robbers tried to hit him, but he skillfully dodged the attack. Completely powerless against his bravery, the robbers panicked and fled in chaos. This a failed phone rob. A woman enters a phone store pretending to browse to distract the shop owner. After taking a phone, she attempts to escape, only to realize that the store is locked. She becomes confused and embarrassed as her stupid act.
The security video captured an armed robbery that took place early Sunday morning in the Broadmoor neighborhood of New Orleans. In the footage, a man suddenly pulled out a gun and pointed it at a couple walking down the street. Amid the dangerous situation, the young man displayed bravery, quickly shielding his girlfriend from the threat of the robber. He prioritized his girlfriend's well-being while also avoiding reckless resistance to minimize the risk of harm. He willingly surrendered his belongings, a jacket.
The woman was walking alone when two robbers on a motorbike rushed toward her. One of them jumped off and snatched her handbag, but she immediately fought back, catching them off guard. At the same time, a patrol officer arrived just in time to rescue her from the robbers.
In the video, a suspect is recorded crawling on all fours to approach a vehicle and steal it right in front of the owner. This incident occurred around 8:25 p.m. on the 10th of January, 2025. At a Shell gas station located at the intersection of Newman, Springs Road and Shrewsbury Avenue in Red Bank, New Jersey, USA. The surveillance footage was released by the Red Bank Police Department. If you have any specific information about this suspect, please call police.
These three guys came here with crowbars, planning to break into the pharmacy to rob money. The pharmacist was sitting there working late, and he sensed something was wrong. So he grabbed a gun and went to check. At the same time, the robbers broke the door and rushed in. Faced with danger, the pharmacist immediately pointed the gun at them and shouted, "Get out!" When the robbers saw the gun, they panicked and ran away. The pharmacist calmly called the police and reported the incident. The woman was walking alone when two robbers on a motorbike rushed toward her. One of them jumped off and snatched her handbag, but she immediately fought back, catching them off guard. At the same time, a patrol officer arrived just in time to rescue her from the robbers.
The employee had just walked into the store when the robber was already waiting. The robber showed him the gun and announced that it was a robbery. The robber forced the employee to lead him to the money storage and threatened everyone, warning them not to do anything foolish if they wanted to stay safe. The ending of the story was truly surprising and happy.
Oh, beautiful!
The video, gas station owner is approached by a group of kidnappers who attempt to force him into a pickup truck. As the situation becomes dangerous, a gas station employee suddenly appears and rushes in to intervene. The employee's quick thinking and decisive actions startled the kidnappers, forcing them to abandon their plan and giving the owner a chance to escape. This incident highlights the importance of vigilance. The gas station employee not only acted swiftly but also put himself in danger to protect his boss.
Have this genius here. Maybe he thinks he's the next real-life version of Robin Hood. Decides to steal a bike. But here is the kicker. He's doing it right in the backyard of an army battalion. And me and seriously talk about picking the wrong place. Next thing you know, the entire battalion is after him. Ormula here panics, dumps the bike like it's a hot potato and sprints for his life. Can you imagine every soldier gives him a free punch and his face might just end up blooming with little flowers?
This video captures a daring theft, exposing the recklessness and tactics of the criminals. A man pretended to have a seizure to distract the store staff, while his accomplice took advantage of the chaos to steal two expensive bulldogs. The stolen bulldogs were worth up to $4,000 each. However, one of them was recovered after being sold cheaply to an unsuspecting woman. The thief who faked the seizure has been arrested.
These guys are the dumbest I've ever seen. They ran out of places to rob, so they went into a gun store. They pretended to buy it, then suddenly snatched it and ran away. As you can see, the guys who were with them were surprised and couldn't react in time. The store owner quickly chased after them while the employee pressed the alarm button to call the police. No matter how fast they run, they can't run as fast as the speed of a bullet. The result of stupid actions is losing the best time of their youth inside the prison.